Yo, and welcome back to Dan Escapes. Hope you're all still doing well in lockdown. I know I'm trying to stay active, make content for you great people out there. And yeah, in today's episode, we're going to talk about a piece of equipment that I touched on in my home quarantine gym video, and that is the Bowflex Max Trainer. So when it comes to cardio, I could go on a long spiel of what I enjoy, what I don't enjoy, but basically, long story short, my brother introduced me to an Airdyne. I fell in love with it, just the upper body resistance and the lower body, and just a great cardio workout in a short amount of time. So I was hunting down one and I bought a cheap version. It was like £100 from Tesco's, really badly made, small fan, so not much resistance, and it shook every time I tried to go crazy on it, so it probably annoyed my neighbors downstairs, so I'm sorry to them. Last year I was like, all right, I'm gonna invest in a decent one with a belt driven, so it's smoother, silent, not like the chain driven ones. I went to this store called Fitness Superstore to try it out. I loved it. I was like, yes, I'm gonna get this now. And then my girlfriend mentioned actually the sound from the fan was quite noisy, and I was just like, yeah, it is actually. And that's when they brought it onto this thing, which is the Bowflex Max Trainer. I have the M5 version, which came out in about 2015, and they've recently upgraded to the M6. The M3 starts at about £1,000. The M5 at the time was about 1,500. I think we got it down in price because I haggled it down, and you know, it was quite an old machine at the time. And the M6 is about 1,600, and then the top range M8 is at 2 grand. So that's the kind of price point you're looking at for these machines. But I tried it out in the Fitness Superstore, and I was impressed by its small footprint, and you know, there wasn't that much noise. You know, it does have a fan below. I wasn't really fixated on it first. I was like, I want to get an Airdyne, but you know, now going on this, I'm just like solely impressed with this machine. We do have an Airdyne at the gym, and I do love using it still if I'm there, but I'd still pick this over the Airdyne any day. So you're probably asking, why get a Bowflex Max Trainer? And it's simple. Basically, you're working out both your upper and lower body. So you've got this push-pull motion with the handles up here, which can work out your chest, back and shoulder muscles. And then if you want, you can change to a lower setting here, so going up and down, and that will work on your biceps, triceps as well. And then you've got the steps, so if you want, you can just hold onto the handles here and just work on your legs. And the great thing about this is it's got multiple resistance levels, so you can go up to, I think it's 16 levels of resistance. If you get the M8, it goes up to 20. And also there's different programs on here. We've got calorie goals, calorie burn, fat burn, stairs, and smart max interval. You know, I don't really use all those. And you can also do it at a steady rate, so you could just press start and just go for it. But I think the biggest selling point for this Bowflex Max Trainer is the max interval button at the top here. And when you push that, it's a 14-minute intensity workout where you do 25-second intense workout, and then you do a minute 20, I think, recovery. And that goes on for 8 sets and totals up to 14 minutes worth of exercise. And then, you know, you can burn up to well over 200 calories if you push yourself on that thing. So, you know, you really have no excuse to not work out every day by just doing a 14-minute workout on this. And I think that's why it became such a popular piece of equipment, because you just literally do that and that's it for your cardio for the day. So a few cons I want to mention, even though this is a great machine, is firstly, there's a tablet holder here. So if you've got your iPad or tablet in this position, you block the screen so you can't see all your figures and facts. And then also there's a cup holder behind here. So when I'm tired and dragging out the water and trying to take a sip, sometimes when I'm putting it back, I spill water everywhere over my tablet or onto the machine itself, which, you know, is a bit annoying. You can solve that by upgrading to the M8 version, which has a separate tablet holder at the top here, and the cup holders near the front, so you can just easily access your water bottle. The second one is this little cradle here that holds your phone. Because where it's positioned, I drip a lot of sweat and it just falls onto my phone. So by the end of it, my phone is just covered in sweat, so not ideal. So another con is these footbeds in here. In the red section, it's made of plastic and it's quite hard on the ridges, whereas the back bit is rubber. And when I'm wearing my barefoot running shoes, you can really feel this, especially if you're going for longer than say 20 minutes. It starts to annoy me a little bit. But if you're wearing thicker trainers, you probably won't feel that at all. The other thing is these rubber bits here that go up and down the pole. It can get really squeaky up against this. I don't know if you can combat it by greasing it up, but over time it did it for me and then stopped now. But I don't really notice it because I've got my headphones in. But yeah, other than that, I think the biggest one is the price. It's not really accessible for many people, and I get that, but you know, you get what you pay for, really. It's a very well steady built machine. Great piece of equipment, and I can just highly recommend it to everyone. So there's quite a few workouts that I like to do on this machine. I never really go through all the scroll buttons, but the general ones are definitely the max interval trainer. It's just great to get a workout done in 14 minutes and you're just drenched and knackered afterwards. Another one is I do the stairs if I'm not really feeling the max interval, and you can just jog along and like go as fast as you want, but as you go along it increments up the resistance. You'll go from like 3 resistance up to 5, then up to 9, then up to 11, and that's great because once you get to 11 it's almost like you're walking up a hill and you're really pushing with your arms. So yeah, you're getting a really good workout, and you know, it's not that intense, you're not having to sprint. Then for me, sometimes I just run, so I just press start and then just up the max to about 7 and just keep going for as long as I want. You know, I'll put a Netflix show on that's probably about half an hour and just do that, and usually by the end of it I'm just sweating buckets. I've burnt nearly 500 calories. My most intense workout is I'll do like MMA jiu-jitsu rounds, so I'll do 5 minutes, 10 seconds high intensity, 20 seconds low intensity, and then you'll have a minute active rest. So, you know, you should rest in that period, but I tend to just keep going at a low rate. And then you do that 3 times. So it's almost like you're doing 3 rounds of MMA fights. I have switched it up and managed to get to 15 seconds on, 15 seconds rest. And also I do 1 round where I do 20 seconds high intensity and then 10 seconds. I wouldn't do that for the whole, you know, 3 rounds, sorry. So I'm gonna switch out into a grey t-shirt so you can see all my sweat patches and do a max interval workout just to show you how intense it actually is. So I've got my headphones in and my tunes playing, and I've got a bottle of water. So it's time to hit that max interval training button. Yes, I'm done. I'm dripping with sweat. I burnt 275 calories, which is insane considering that was in 14 minutes. My max heart rate was at 194, so that's quite a bit above my max heart rate, which should be around 188, sorry. So I managed to get 194, which shows my heart is pumping at a young age. Thank goodness for that. Yeah, so done. So this machine here is great for burning fat, but most importantly, improving your cardiovascular system. And that's what you want to be doing. So if you don't have one of these, but you've got another cardio machine at home, or you're just out running, it's best to just sprint and like go high intensity, low intensity, just to improve your heart rate. So if you saw it in the video, I was wearing my Chicago Bulls championship t-shirt from 1991, the first time they ever won a championship with Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen. I've been watching the Last Dance documentary. Let me know if you have seen this in the comment box below. But yeah, it's been an inspiration, pushing me to work harder, train harder. But yeah, that's it for today's video. If you enjoyed it, then give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions about the Bowflex or any other training around cardiovascular, let me know in the comments below. And then if you want, you can follow me on Dan Escapes on Instagram to see other content. And yeah, I guess I'll still see you in the next one.